Forget to switch one thing. Hello and welcome to the Derp channel.
Hi.
We are going to review first season of Dun Dun right before we go see the movie.
Yep.
And before we do anything, hit that like button or we will send Turbo Granny after you. Because she can run 3 times the speed of a normal human.
Well, I misplaced my.
We're just gonna do his reaction to the first season of Down to Down. I saw it back when it first came out last year, and I am also currently reading the manga. And I'm well past in the manga where season 2 is most likely gonna end.
Okay. I found it.
First off,
Alright.
we start out. Let's just start off with the characters. There's
Yeah.
Mo.
Well, just do a quick premise of the show.
Yeah.
Basically, the show is a girl who believes in ghosts and a guy believes in aliens.
Fall in love.
Get together and they send each other's. He said they send the girl. The guy sends the girl to a UFO area, and the girl sends the guy to a haunted area. And the girl gets kidnapped by aliens. Now she believes in aliens, and the guy gets cursed, and now he believes in ghosts. Boom, that's the premise of the show.
And the girl also has psychic powers. So we have Momo Ayase, the main girl, who's a psychic and believes in ghosts. Then we have Okarun, or Ken Takakara, who's the main guy.
Yep, Ken. His name is Ken Takakara,
Yep.
or whatever.
Then we have Momo Ayase's grandma, Psycho Ayase, who's a medium. Or not a medium, I can't think of the correct term.
She's a medium.
Or,
Yeah, you're right.
then we have Turbo Granny, who possesses Okarun, or curses him. And this is her non demon form, the cat. This is her demon form, or yokai form. Then we have Ira, who's somebody that ends up uh, basically teaming up with them and later after the whole thing with Turbo Granny, and she gets possessed or cursed by Acrobat Silky, who's another yokai. And then we have Gigi, old friend of Ayase and one of her first crushes. And there's one character that on here that you haven't been introduced to yet, Mike.
Okay.
So I'll refrain.
Okay, cool. Yeah, those are the. Alright, so those are the four characters. We got Okuran, Ayase, Granny, Turbo Granny, and Ira. Aira.
And just in the last 2 episodes, you got introduced to Gigi.
Yeah. And so, alright, let's go over the episodes really quickly. So, episode 1, really quick. Pretty much the description of the show. Ghosts and aliens. Boy believes in aliens. Girl believes in ghosts. They run into each other. And then the girl gets abducted by aliens, and the boy gets possessed by a demon.
And each one does it for different reasons. The aliens want to impregnate the girl, and the ghost wants Okarun's bananas. Okarun's balls.
Actually, the aliens want his balls too. They keep talking about banana. Both the ghosts and the aliens want their banana. They want their private parts. Anyways, that's episode 1. Episode 2 is they go to Grandma's house. Grandma's not there.
First, in the first episode, Okarun got cursed by Turbo Granny.
Yep.
And we saw a little bit of his Turbo Granny farm.
Uh-huh. And anyways, episode 2, we're at Grandma's house, and Okarun finds out that he doesn't have a weenie, and there is a sumo demon alien that transforms the area that they're in, and they have a little fight, and Momo Ayase is able to defeat the monster, saving him, and he's still possessed by Turbo Granny at this point. As when they try to enter the house, there is a anti-curse barrier thing. What are those things called? The pieces of paper.
Talismans.
Talismans. Okay, cool. Yeah, so they win that, and then third episode we are introduced to Grandma, and she is a medium. She sees ghosts and she helps to eradicate them whenever she can. And there is the alien that they were fighting in episode 2 is not fully dead. However, she's able to use her powers. She draws a circle around it and is able to eradicate the alien thing. And she wants the boy to train, Okarun to train, so he can get more powerful. At this point, we learn that he can actually use Turbo Granny's powers for he can use it twice, so he can basically run as fast as the demon can and use his speed as a weapon, basically. And then Momo Ayase's powers allow her to control the demon that's inside of him that's constantly trying to possess him. And we get a scene in a bathroom where he has to poop in front of Momo, and it's very awkward. And it's even more awkward because he doesn't have a weenie. And we also find out that his curse is contagious. Whoever he looks at, the curse will go to another person. So then it goes in the fourth episode. The grandma says to Momo, "Hey, you have to get rid of this grandma or this turbo granny. And in order to do that, you got to challenge to a race, and that's done. Provokes Granny to do the race. There's a crab that is summoned, traces them. She's able to then get on a train and outrun Turbo Granny, and therefore defeating Turbo Granny. Is now dead, and Okarun now has a new friend. And then they go back to school. They missed a day of school because of this curse stuff. That was on episode 4. Episode 5, we find out that Turbo Granny is actually still alive. They're at school now, and Okarun has his weenie back, but he doesn't have his balls, and so Turbo Granny has possessed a cat statue and says that, "Oh yeah, I'll give you the balls back or whatever," but because Turbo Granny is threatened by Grandma, and says that, "Okay, you have to get the balls back, otherwise we're going to kill you," but she doesn't know where they are. They fell off the train, and they're searching for it, basically. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's a silverfish. Oh, that's cool. Anyways, episode 6, they're searching for the golden ball, and this pink-haired girl at school actually found it, and because she finds it, this demon is going after her, and this demon's name is Acrobatic Silky, and she actually gets into a confrontation with Momo, because I guess they're jealous of each other or something like that. And because she has the ball, she can actually see weird things, and she sees Momo's psychic hands, and she thinks that they're demon wings. And of course, now she believes that she is chosen because she's pretty to eradicate demons in the area. Episode 7, Acrobatic Silky is defeated. There's a whole fight in a special area. I think this is where her and her friends tie up Momo, and they try to get rid of the demon. However, then the demon finds Araya, and there's a fight that ensues. They all get eaten, and they escape somehow through fire, I think it is. And let's see, Ira is dead, and in order to save Ira, the demon who thinks that Ira is her daughter, saves her life by pulling out some. It's like a conversion thing. They take some of the demon's energy and put it into the girls or something like that to keep her alive. Her aura, I think that's what they call it. But then the Ira says, "Oh, you're my mommy. Thank you for being here." And then it gives the demon purpose, and now Ira has the ability to transform into Acrobatic Silky. And Ira loves mommy, blah, blah, blah. And we don't see that until the next episode, but here it is, episode 8. All right, they're at school, and then Okarun and Araya are seen, quote-unquote, kissing. School goes all dark, and aliens attack them, and this is where we see Ira transforming into acrobatic Silky finally. Episode 9, the battle continues. The aliens create an awesome zone where our heroes can't move, but they were able to escape thanks to Momo. And there was a mantis shrimp that they were learning about in school, and one of the aliens is a mantis shrimp, something that can I forget how much it was, but it was basically the equivalent of punching it with 700 tons or whatever. That was from an actual mantis shrimp, but this is an alien mantis shrimp, and their punching is spectacular. Anyways,
essentially, he's, or at least in the manga, they just call him Kappa. Or he's a Kappa. But they also call him Shrimp. But he's essentially a Kappa. A water spirit.
They don't at the time they don't know that. They're just like, oh, this is a mantis shrimp. Okay, cool. As they're fighting, they're like, it's a mantis shrimp. Anyway, then they all get naked for some reason. I think it's to swim better. And then the big mantis is finally defeated thanks to the teamwork of the three. And they awaken naked in the hallway, and the entire school sees them. And awesome. Anyways, episode 10, we're introduced to a new character, nurse. I think it's the nurse. They call her Queen, but she's interviewing the three, saying, well, "I don't like bullies. I'm gonna punish those bullies." Were there people bullying you? Is that why you woke up naked? They're all like denying it. And anyways, it was like a weird scene. Anyways, and
yeah,
then
she's a nurse. I just looked it up.
Okay, then Okuran has an alien slash yokai theory saying that aliens have been trying to invade the Earth, and the only reason that they haven't is because of all the yokai that are around, and they can't get past the yokai, which is why they have to study the yokai in order to eventually one day invade the Earth. And then the alien they were fighting just happened to be like show up at the school for whatever reason, and it like passed out. So that of course they bring the alien body back to Granny's house, and they revive him, and they give him food, and they give him medical treatment and stuff like that. And he's so happy. He tells them his story about his son needs constant blood, refreshing blood every day, otherwise he's gonna die, and his wife died from the same disease. And the grandma figures out that the Kappa's blood is actually cow's milk, and she offers to give him a milking cow to the alien, and he goes away, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are awesome, blah blah blah," and they need new uniforms. And then a new character named Gigi opens the door. It's Momo's childhood friend slash love interest. And in episode 11, we find out it's her first love, and we get Gigi's backstory that his house, he believes in ghosts now. His house is haunted, and his parents are now in the hospital. He called 5 mediums to get rid of this ghost, and 3 of the 5 committed suicide. And his last hope is Granny. And then they're at school, and a mannequin has a golden ball, and a mannequin is just running randomly at the school. And so they chase it down, and they find that it came to life because of the golden ball landed on it or something. And it's in love with another mannequin that's in a trash heap. And yeah, that ends episode 11. And then episode 12 will be later.
Yeah, episode 12 is a part of the movie.
Yep.
So how did you like it?
It was okay. I mean, I'm still... Okay, so here's the thing with when people tell me, like, a show was, like, really, really great. When the people tell me the show is really, really great. My expectations go from like average to like really, really high. And if they don't meet those expectations, I go, oh, it's just an okay show. However, if people just tell me, oh, it's an okay show, and then it just like, then the show can blow me away, then I'm like, oh man, this is a really awesome show. Um, Everybody was telling me like the show is like great and amazing, and so my expectations like shoot through the roof and stuff like that. So it's a good show. I mean, it's not my favorite show, but it's
Yet.
entertaining.
It's not yet.
No, I don't think it will be. Um, no, I'm more into like the Fallout show.
I meant like
So,
anime wise.
oh, anime wise, I'm gonna have to go with the vending machine one.
So far.
My favorite.
You
Yep.
haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it, but I know it's gonna be my favorite.
There's some.
What was that show called? I got reincarnated as a vending machine or something.
I got reincarnated as a vending machine and now I walk the dungeon.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fucked up, but whatever. When does the movie start? Like 9 o'clock?
Yep.
Okay.
If you want us to watch and review Vending Machine after One Piece, hit that like button.
Oh, maybe we should do like an actual like reaction. We just gotta kind of do a quick synopsis of
Yep.
it. So basically, the show, as we were talking about, is basically about aliens versus ghosts. Which one is real? And the show, they're saying that both of them are real. And I do like the how the it's very slow at the beginning. It kind of like it builds and makes you believe that these things are deadly. These things can kill you. As evidenced by them basically in every fight so far, they almost die, which is a great, which means that these things can actually kill them, and the only way that they actually survive is by working together. If they do not work together, they will die. Like that possibility is there, and it gets even in the latest episode with the 3 suicides or whatever from these mediums. Like I felt like a chill ran down my spine. Like, oh shit! Like this ghost in Gigi's house is like fucked up. Like, bruh.
I think
Grandma's
if they do this arc good in the movie, it will be it will probably send chills down your spine.
Well, don't tell me that. No spoilers.
It's not really a spoiler. All I said is if they do it right.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So the characters are all like crazy and nuts. Okaroon is a quiet kid who just wants a friend. Momo is semi-popular, and she's just looking for like not to be bored, basically. Granny doesn't give a shit. Turbo Granny
Just wants the balls, the weenie and the
wants.
balls.
Yep. And Ira is a super popular girl who thinks she's hot shit, and then she goes around looking at like the nerdy kids, giving them quote unquote hope. Like, oh yeah, if I didn't give them, I need to give them hope. I'm super pretty, so I need to do this to make these nerds who will never get me feel something. And then, ironically, like one of the biggest nerds that she encounters is Okaroon, and then because he helps her in that situation with the mantis shrimp, she starts like liking him and stuff like that. So, or acrobatic Silky and the mantis shrimp. That's what it was. she's not like, oh yeah, look, and it just go, and it was a good introduction of her character, because it shows that like just because you have those powers doesn't mean you're like immune to things. Like she was immediately, as soon as she was able to see the other side, she was immediately targeted by the demon acrobatic Silky. But then of course we got the background of acrobatic Silky, and it's like tragic. Like she lost her daughter, and that traumatic event is replayed in her head, and she thinks that like she's like been looking for her daughter for a long time, and then for whatever reason, because like Ira's mom died, Ira sees acrobatic Silky like 10 years ago from where the show is, and she's like, oh, I thought I saw like talks to the dad, oh, I thought I saw mommy over there, and the dad's like, no, mommy's gone to a faraway place, and when you're that age you just don't know. So she was like 5 or 6, I guess, at the time. They don't say what the age that they're at, but it's high school, so 10th grade, for sure, at least. And so that's a good backstory for that. So even it's like it's strange because usually in shows they don't have backstories for the demons, but in well, maybe not Turbo Granny, but
So far, at least.
more Turbo Granny so far was more like a combination of like she was formed because of all these girls who were like raped and murdered in this specific tunnel that is there, and she's a manifestation of multiple of girls, and we saw that when she died on the train, all these like girls were, you know, it looked like around 10-ish. I'm not really sure. 10-ish of these girls were released or set free, I guess. And yeah, so it's kind of strange how a demon has a backstory, but I'm not complaining because it's cool. Ugh. All right. Anything else?
One thing I like about it is the fact that it takes actual Japanese folklore for the demons. Like Acrobat Silky is an actual yokai in folklore. Turbo Granny is as well.
And Kappa?
Yep. Kappa is a folklore. River Spirit is what a Kappa is. But just the author really did his research.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it gets a little more weirder going down the line, but
Makes sense. All right, I think it's a good place to end it. Don't forget to like the video, otherwise we will send Turbo Granny at you, and your weenie will be lost forever. So hit the like button and subscribe if you like it. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Sayonara.